Hi, my name is Kay. Today we'll take a look at the life of a scientific genius that cycled to work wearing a gas mask, broke a Nazi cipher code, complained to Churchill, and discovered how tiger stripes work. Yes, today we're talking about Alan Turing. On his first day at Sherborne School, the 1926 general strike in Britain was happening. But he was so determined to attend that he rode his bike 60 miles, stopping overnight at a hotel. Turing showed remarkable talent in the studies he loved, and at 15 years old he was solving advanced math problems without having studied even elementary calculus. At about the time Turing graduated from Princeton University, he started doing top-secret work for the government communications headquarters. It's an intelligence and security organization where he, in brief, deciphered German military codes. The main obstacle was the enciphering machine Enigma. It turned readable messages into unreadable gibberish, and even if you had an Enigma machine, you wouldn't be able to read the message unless your machine was set up in exactly the same way as the sender's. The problem was that there were 180 million ways that Enigma could be configured. Way too many to break a cipher by brute force. So Polish mathematicians worked out how to beat the damn thing and shared the info with the British. Turing and co. took the Polish concept and evolved it into the bomb machine. He employed two principles. He assumed each Nazi message contained a known piece of text at an expected place in the message. So, say, in weather forecasts, it would be the German word for weather forecast, placed in the beginning. The second one was that Enigma couldn't leave a letter as itself, meaning a B would always become some other letter and never a B. These ideas allowed him to line up the encrypted message with the expected piece of text until no letter lined up as itself. It worked wonders. At its peak, the bomb machines were able to help crack 3,000 German codes per day, which by the end of the war amounted to 2.5 million messages. Many of them gave their lives vital information about German positions and strategy. Now, Turing wasn't your average Joe, so from time to time he pulled some unexpected stuff, like chaining his mug to the radiator pipes so that no one would steal it. Or every year he would occasionally cycle to work wearing a gas mask to keep the pollen off because he was allergic to it. Also, the bicycle chain would come off at times. Instead of fixing it, he counted the number of times the pedals went around before the chain failed, so he would come off the bike in time to adjust it. Oh, how about this? At one point, Turing and his colleague got frustrated when they couldn't keep up with the volume of messages, because they didn't have enough resources. So he contacted Churchill directly. The letter explained the whole situation, and Churchill ordered officials to take action. Turing and co. never heard the response, but Alan's colleague recalled. All that we did notice was that almost from that day, the rough ways began miraculously to be made smooth. Now, what's with the tigers thing? Turing was cracking Enigma, and in the meantime had figured out how tiger stripes work. He put forward the idea that irregular repeating patterns in biological systems are generated by a pair of morphogens that work together as an activator and inhibitor. His contribution to biology was proven in 2012 studies by researchers from King's College in London. In 1946, Turing was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire for his wartime services, but his work remained secret for many years. Alan Turing's Enigma work helped end the war earlier and saved 14 to 21 million lives. Throughout his life, this genius contributed to so many things that I can barely wrap my head around it. And I'm happy to see the recognition he's getting in the media. The Imitation Game, a movie starring Benedict Cumberbatch, numerous biographies and articles about his work. At least now, a century later, society is paying him the respect he deserves. Which of today's facts surprised you the most? Tell us down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later.